Leo, and welcome to your How Does Your Love Interest Feel About You? This is the Dream Medium. Welcome to my channel. So I'm just going to go ahead and just rearrange the cards before we get started on your reading. How does Leo's love interest feel about them? 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 Okay, Leos, how does your love interest feel about you? So you have the Nine of Swords, Three of Wands, the Devil card. Lastly, you have the Eight of Swords. Wow, so how do they feel about you, Leo? Starting with the Nine of Swords, let's pull out some clarity cards. Clarifying the Nine of Swords, King of Cups. Wow. So, okay, they definitely have an eye on you. With the Nine of Swords here, I do feel like this person has been having definitely sleepless nights about you, but really they're regretful. I feel like this is someone who has finally realized their mistakes. They're really taking the blame for the downfall of this connection with you. It's almost like they're wishing that they could have done things differently in the past when they did have you. I do feel like with the Nine of Swords, this individual is very sincere. This is someone who is taking accountability for their mistakes, for their wrongdoings, and they're really beating themselves up, Leo. Like they're really wishing that they could change things or that things could have went differently between you and them. In clarity of the Nine of Swords, the Four of Swords came out. So the Four of Swords, I heard rejection. This is most likely someone who feels like if they were to give you an offer to give this situation a second chance, that you would reject them. For some of you, you did reject them when they tried to come back, but it's going to be different for everyone. But to simply say the Four of Swords is them fearing rejection. You know, they know that there is tension between you and them. They know that you can be very defensive, and they understand why, though. They understand that your defensive nature is really so that you could protect yourself or protect your heart from being broken by them again. So, like I said, they have had a lot of realizations recently, and this is someone who is like, I feel like this person, it's almost like they're disgusted with themselves, especially with the way that they treated you. In clarity of the Nine of Swords, you have the King of Cups. So with the King of Cups here, like I said, they do want to come towards you, but it's like they've been keeping tabs on you, just to see like what your mood is, just to see if it's even a rightful time for them to come in. You know what I'm saying? Because they're so afraid of your rejection. So it's like, I want to give my Leo this offer, but what if my Leo rejects me? Or what if what if they have moved on to someone else? There's a lot of what ifs going on in their mind right now, but they do want to give you this cup. So next you have the Three of Wands. Let's pull out some clarity cards with the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is really a person who feels like they got their karma. This is someone who feels like perhaps they're not even worthy to be with you. They're not even deserving of a second chance. And perhaps they feel like maybe, just maybe, this connection is over. This connection has run its course. So, in clarity of the Three of Wands, they also feel like they've had many chances to correct this and they didn't take those chances. Like I said, Leo, if this person hurt you, I'm telling you, don't even bother trying to hurt them back because they're beating themselves up. They're doing all the work. You don't even have to do it for them. So, in clarity of the Three of Wands, let's just talk about the Ace of Wands. I do feel like perhaps it was a tower moment that occurred in their lives to really open their eyes to what they did wrong and what they should do. Because the Ace of Wands is saying that this person has suddenly felt like they have all the resources, especially the wisdom, to overcome the obstacles in this connection with you. They know the problem, okay? So they're able to pinpoint what they did wrong. And they feel like if you would just give them a second chance, they could clear those obstacles. They could fix what they broke with you. Very passionate. Lastly, in clarity of the Three of Wands, you have the World card. So they see you like this. They see that they know that you do have a really big future ahead of you. This person knows what you're capable of. They also know that you do, like, you could easily find another partner. They know it, Leo. But they're just hoping that perhaps you don't start a new beginning with someone else, that perhaps you still feel that bond with them. Because with the World card here, you are able to move on. You can move on. A new beginning is waiting for you, Leo. But I do feel like a lot of my Leos, you guys are like on the border right now of feeling like the right thing to do is to move on, but your heart is telling you perhaps you're still invested in something from your past or holding on to something from your past. And it's crazy because that's what they want. They don't want you to move on. Next, you have the Devil. Let's clarify the Devil. Okay, something's telling me this card as well. Let's see. Six of Pentacles came out to clarify with the King of Wands. So, with the Devil card, okay, this is a very popular card, so most of you are probably familiar with it. The Devil card does represent some unhealthy behavior or habits. In clarity of the Devil card, you do have the Six of Pentacles. So, like I said, this is someone who is constantly in their head about you. This is their fear. The Devil card is saying that they fear that this connection, they fear that the tables may have turned and that in the past you may have been so determined to get them and they were not valuing your passion for them. And now they feel like perhaps the tables have turned and now you are moving forward, but they're the one who is like, persistent to get you. In clarity of the Devil card with the Six of Pentacles, they fear that this is perhaps an unrequited love situation, that they're the only ones who is like feeling this way, and that the connection is now imbalanced. This is them jumping to conclusions, feeling like there's a lack of balance between the two of you because they may be the one who's wanting this reconciliation, but they feel like maybe you don't. You also have the King of Wands. I do feel like this person is very vulnerable when it comes to you. This is a time where they are willing to open up and tell you their true feelings. That's if you want to work on this with them. It's really all up to you, Leo. But the King of Wands is saying this person is willing to really do whatever and be whoever you want them to be if it will get you to reconcile with them. Lastly, you have the Eight of Swords. Clarify the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is really mental. It's when a person feels stuck, but they're really not. This is really being tired. This is a person who has stressed themselves out because they've been too much in their head. And, it's their fear that has really made this person quite pessimistic. You know, they're manifesting, but they're not being optimistic. And so in clarity of that Eight of Swords, you do have the Ten of Wands. This is someone who feels like it's best for them to just keep their feelings to themselves because fear has been instilled in them. It is fear that has made them feel that perhaps it's best to move on since fear is telling them that you have moved on too. So see the Ten of Wands. This is burdens, stress. I really feel like it's more so with communication because they're holding in all these feelings and thoughts that they have for you and they're not releasing it. They're not expressing it to you. What they don't realize is that by them hiding how they feel and holding it in is causing them a lot of stress to carry or burdens to carry. In clarity of that Eight of Swords, you also have the Lovers. So they do feel like you are their soulmate. They have finally, right? Finally, they recognize that this is a soulmate connection, but they also feel like perhaps they have lost their soulmate. Okay. So this is really deep. It's really all up to you. I always say that. Just take these messages. If it is resonating, take it as guidance. The decision really lies in your hand, Leo. But I really hope that this was helpful. Hopefully, it gave you a better understanding of, the kind of person that you're dealing with and how they feel about you. Please remember, though, that this is a general reading. So there's going to be thousands of Leos watching this, okay? So just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you're interested in a private reading, please, you're more than welcome to visit my website. Once you visit my website, you will see the list of private readings of all prices that I offer, and the link to that website is in the description box, by the way. Also, please like, comment, and subscribe to support my channel. So thank you guys so much, Leos, and I wish you the best. You guys have a great day.